All right, welcome to my news on point. If today is your first time coming to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can receive a notification whenever we upload a new video. For our wonderful returning subscribers, we say big thank you for being part of the community. My news on point, your pulse on trending news. Please subscribe to our channel.
So on the eve of the Ibiza opening, 12th October 2006, so I said a prayer. I said, God, my prayer is that in the next 10 years, I will own one of the biggest nightclubs in Abuja. It was someone that called me and said, I'd see what they are hearing, that I wanted to leave my wife for juju. I said, what? And it was my friends. You see, my wife, when people see me and my wife very close, they don't know what we've been through. So she was battling for her life, but she was rooting for me to go back and finish my dream because she knew how passionate I was about this project. You hardly see any person who has built a brand running down a brand. It's not possible because they know the sleepless nights, they know the effort, they know the sacrifices for you to grow a brand in Nigeria that will last for 5 years. Yeah? If I was supposed to give you a God of honor.
Let's talk about that, the time when the whole of Nigeria descended on Oba. Do you remember it was like an earthquake happened in Nigeria. Did you expect that kind of hoopla, around just trying to celebrate the going home of your mom?
Okay, so after the burial, well, I expected a crowd.
Right.
But what happened after the burial, I never expected that at all. Because I've done a carnival on that same space.
Right.
Of a carnival. It was large.
Really?
Almost the whole artists that came for the burial came also. That was the year before COVID.
Right.
Then I've done my dad's 10-year memorial anniversary. It was super large.
Okay.
But the social media space gets stronger each day. I think that's what happened, and people were excited. As also that time, there was this insecurity issue in the southeast. So, because it was calm, nothing happened. People were encouraged to come back. The people who didn't want to come the first day came the second day, came the third day. So it now looked as if it was like a 1 week celebration. It was never planned to be that way. So I think the social media, because I'm into entertainment and hospitality, most of my friends also are into hospitality and entertainment. And then by the sides, people were making all those jokes like, if you're looking for your babe, please go top. Those things coming from a big actor like KOK.
Yes.
People took them serious, and then, it was never expected like what happened after, but the crowd, yes, I actually expected to be. That's why we went to that open space to be able to manage that crowd. In my family, nobody, I'm saying it for the first time to me, nobody had lived up to 80. You understand? My father died at 66, my grandmother died at 75, my grandfather died at 78, and then so we now told my mom, you will break this. And we're comfortable right now. Your whole children, we are living together, all married, successful. Do all this favor, just break this. If it's a generational jinx or whatever, break it. And we celebrate with the kind of party I'll throw for you. Nobody. And we started saving up for that. So on the eve of, I think she died 31st December. But I should have been 79 after celebrating 78. And the good thing is that from 74, every year we celebrate her massively. Even the COVID year, we had to celebrate her in my elder brother's house in Abuja. We didn't travel. That was the only way. She's a humanitarian. She brings widows. We do all those things and everything. So we're not planning the 80th. She was so much looking forward to that 80th. And what happened.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, 78 and a half. Okay, she's tried. Let's now put those whole things to the bed, at least to celebrate. At least she tried. She almost broke it and everything. So that's why we went all out. But not expecting to get the kind of reaction, because there were a lot of good, the bad, the ugly, the acclaim, the everything. People were just coming with their different opinion. You know, you can't stop any person from expressing themselves. I saw everything. I saw every interview. Even the people I didn't know had interest in me. I mean, so I saw the jokes about saying a big Cubana, borrowing money, you know, all those things. But I mean, I had to move on, and then the things I was doing before, there was an article I used to write every Monday about youth. It now became amplified. As if, so if you went back to my Instagram page, you see that these are things I've been doing. What I've been doing with my wife, I've been consistent with everything. But right now, because I now had a bigger audience, it now look as if I just came out from, yes, so a brand that has been there for more than 10 years, like Cubana, then Ibiza, which is 18 years this year. I mean, just barely 3 years.
We started in Abuja.
Yeah, the one in Gariki. So everything just happened, and then people decided to create content out of the whole thing, and then different opinions, different, either you like the guy or you hate the guy, so people just, and I had no control. I didn't know that there was anything like media management. I never had a media team. I never had people to talk on my behalf in this life. So everything was just like that. And I was having fun in Maldives. I didn't know. It was when I came back to Nigeria that I realized that the big Cubana that went to Maldives was no longer the big Cubana that came back from the airport. The whole drama started.
Yes.
So the rest is history.
The rest is history. Were there times when you really were worried that you may not make it?
Of course. Of course. So on the eve of the Ibiza opening, 12th October 2006, so I said a prayer. I said, God, my prayer is that in the next 10 years, I will own one of the biggest nightclubs in Abuja. You understand? But it happened in 6 months. In 6 months. And then within that 3 years, I had the biggest clubs in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So God answered my prayer beyond my imagination.
Yeah. I want to ask about that, but just before that, just to go back on the question I was asking. When you were having that fear as a young person that this may not work, how do you conquer it and get the energy to continue building the business?
Determination. I've always been a very focused person. If I'm pursuing something, I always have my eyes on the ball. I don't look left, I don't look right. You understand? Okay, maybe we'll get to that, but I will tell you a story of how these things actually came to reality, and the determination, the belief in yourself, the belief in God, hard work, not looking at distraction, because at every point, stones will be thrown at you. There's no way. Dogs will be barking left and right. But I didn't leave my ambition chasing those things or looking at throwing back stones or all those ones. So I always had that fear of failure. The greatest fear, even as of today, the greatest fear I have is not of death, never. Is that you meeting me in this house today, the place you meet me tomorrow will be a bigger place, not a lesser place.
Now, but I want to share a story. We're talking about, you share a story about how you conquer some of these challenges. Can you share it? Let's hear it. It's something that we have to share.
Okay, so after we opened the Ibiza, the idea of Cubana came. One of my friends told me, we have this building in Musetu.
Okay.
I wanted to come and take it and do nightclub. And I said, let me finish what I'm doing. So it kept singing in my ear. And at the point, I said, let me try. So by then, Ibiza was already established. And we agreed on terms. I leased the property for 10 years. And then I started building. In the course of building, my wife gave birth because I married when I had only Ibiza. So she gave birth, and then 3rd month, Alex, my first son, was born November 12th. So December, January, February, between February 14th, this is like the 15th anniversary of this story, I have never said it anywhere in public. I wanted to do Thanksgiving church that day. At the point I heard myself, I don't do Thanksgiving, I did say. So something happened. So my wife, after she gave birth to Alex, on the Valentine Day, developed a strange illness. We were at Hilton then. Alex was 3 months and she became numb here. And I was building Cubana. I'm just trying to tell you how this whole story. So we were managing it, and then it became worse. On the 15th, we were about to check out it. She fell, she collapsed, she went into fits. And then from Hilton, we rushed out. They said the best hospital then, to give you a fact, was Zankli Hospital in Abuja, Damabishi. So there was a German trained doctor there. So that was the first time I heard what they call CT scan. So on the 3rd day, they said she needed a CT scan, and it was very few in Abuja. And long short of everything, they did CT scan. They said she had, what do they call it?
A cyst.
Yes, in the brain. That was blocking the nerves, controlling this side of the body. So I became confused. And then Ibiza was at the top. Cubana, I started constructing Cubana. So then my brother was around. My other brother, he used to live in South Africa, and my cousin Chu. So we started to think, what do we do? What do we do? He said that we need to fly her abroad. Okay. Fast forward, so we were able to, things worked very well that time. We called South African embassy. My sister was the account manager in Diamond Bank then. They gave us visa, gave the sister visa. Good. So went to South Africa. It became worse. It was bad. I won't give you whole details because of time, but the summary is that in the midst of all this, it looked as if it was the end. So I had a 4-month-old baby, first baby, young marriage, not more than 1 year. The visa booming with an eye to build this family. So this discussion started. People started saying, so then, it was someone that called me and said, I'd see what they're hearing, that I want to use my wife for juju. So what? And it was my friends, so-called friends. So
it was your friends saying that?
So, but it didn't distract me. So my own was focused on getting my wife to be okay. So I went to South Africa and the best hospitals, they started treatment, everything. At a point, my wife was paralyzed halfway. This woman just saw now. She couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything with her leg. So I thought of moving back to South Africa. So I went to buy a house there, settle. So that was when I stopped building that Cubana. And then I called the contractor and said that stop. I want a refund for rent. I want to take care of my wife. And I said, why? I said, okay, have you discussed with your wife? I said, no, she's not in a position to at this point. And I said, discuss with her. So one every month after we paid the money, I started telling her my plans. I want to buy a house here. And I made a lot of money in Nigeria, but I don't like the environment because of what people are saying, and I can't carry you back this way. Paralyzed. I mean, how do you train this boy? And everything. And I said, go back to Nigeria, I'll be fine. You see, my wife, when people see me and my wife very close, they don't know what we've been through. So she was battling for her life, but she was rooting for me to go back and finish my dream because she knew how passionate I was about this project. I said, no. She said that, baby, I'll be fine. That God, who has given me this baby, will keep me alive to take care of him. So, after 1 month, I went back. I contacted the guy, let's continue. So, I was visiting every 2 weeks. There was direct flight there in South Africa. Every 2 weeks I was out. So I spent 2 weeks in South Africa. She was in South Africa for a year plus. My brothers were wonderful. No, it was a bad case. So it got so bad at a point. I came. So when the discharge from the hospital, she was coming from home on a wheelchair. And one day, so you know how they do, they will be in a panel. the 5 professors, doctors, German, English, South African, everybody. So the person taking care of the brain is not the same person taking care of the. So they were just different. I said, oh, Professor Naika, remember her name. And I said, Obi, how are you? I said, fine. So okay, they brought the whole test on the tape. So I like you, you're courageous, but I will tell you, your wife will not die. This is her exact word. She will not die, but I'm sorry, she won't be able to walk again, and she won't be able to give birth again. So imagine. So I looked at them, tears. My wife held me, said, don't worry, don't mind, then let's go. So I weighed her out. That night I cried throughout the night, and she said, Obi, I will walk on my feet again, and we train this baby. So he kept encouraging me to go and finish this project, go and finish this project, go and finish this project.
In the middle of her sickness.
Telling you, and you wake up in the night, you see her praying, God, I will not die, but I will live to fulfill your destiny for me in this life. You know, that kind of a thing. And then she was practical. Then she would use Montanese, and she was doing everything. You know, people will come now, normal, they will give you anointing oil, she will say, do that oil. That is okay, but in her faith. So she was really the force behind, and because left to me, I would have run to South Africa. I mean, so eventually, she proved everyone wrong.
Yeah.
We had 3 more boys. Cubana came to this. Today, if she just shook her, if I didn't tell you the story, you will look at her, you will never see any sign of paralysis. She walks, she drives, she does everything. She's a gym enthusiast. You understand?
Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe to our channel. God bless you.